Good morning, students. This is Professor Bonaparte from University of Colorado. Today, we're going to talk about political sensitivity. The exercise we're going to do is key in finance because the government is monopoly. In every country, there is one government. They charge taxes, they do regulation, and they impact the economic environment for every company and every household. Today, what we're going to do is the political sensitivity of a company. When we talk about political sensitivity, we mean whether the company is favored by a Democratic Party or by Republican Party or neutral. To do so, we're gonna follow 3 steps. First step is collecting data. Second step, making the estimates. And the third step, analyzing the results and get some inference. Let's start with collecting the data. We're gonna go to French library, French R library, which is this one. We're gonna go here, we're gonna collect this one and open this file. When you open this file, you're gonna have something like that. The first thing you need to do, delete those. This is a date here. I like everything to be central and Times New Romans. Good. Now these 2 variables, this is date like 1926-07. This is market return minus RF, risk-free. It's a firm size and other things we didn't need it, so we're gonna delete it. This is risk-free return. So this is market return minus risk-free, and we call that risk premium. This is risk-free return, risk-free return, and this is a date, which is year and monthly data. All right, so we got that. Good. Now we didn't need to go all the way back to 1926. We're gonna go all the way, maybe 1981, when Ronald Reagan became to be our president. All right, so that will take us all the way here. So we're gonna delete that and start at 1981-01. That means January of 1981. And I'm gonna also delete the data here. We didn't need it. It's annual data here. So really we didn't need it. We're gonna delete it. All right, so that's delete. Good. Now we're gonna go back to the top. For simplicity, I'm gonna do view, freeze panel. So we get that, everything. So we need 2 variables. First, the political sensitivity variable, D, we're gonna call it. D, take the value of 1 if the president is Democrat, and take a value of 0 if it's Republican. So this variable, which is gonna reflect the political sensitivity, takes this variable takes 2 values, either 1 if Democrat in power, or 0 if Republican in power. But the question is, when Democrats were in power, when they were Republican were in power. Let's start with the 1981. So we have Ronald Reagan from 1981 to the 1988, and he is a Republican. So he's a group. That means the value will be 0. And then we have a Bush Senior from 1989 till 1992. And Bush also a group, and the D will be 0 for him. That's the variable 0, 0. Then we have a Clinton from 1993 till 2000. That's them. And the D will be 1 in that time during this month. And Bush Jr. from 2001 till 2008. And Bush also good. And it's going to be the variable D will be 0. And then we're going to have Obama. Obama, he's a president from 2009 till present. And the date today is, we are November 2016. So he's them. And it's going to be 1. All right, so now we know the dates when Republican were in power versus Democrat. So first we're going to start with Ronald Reagan. He was the president, which is Republican. Double click here. And then it changed to be 1 Clinton from 93. So we're going to go to 93. And that's 93 right here when Clinton became to be a president. So double click. All right, so that's here. And then we have Bush in 2001 become to be a president. So that will be this month, 2001 January, Bush become to be a president. And then we have Obama in 2009, the president, January 2009. That would be Obama till present. Okay, now we're done with this variable, political sensitivity. The next variable is a company of your interest. You want to see whether this company is political sensitive. So we're going to do WF. I'm thinking of Wells Fargo, like a finance company, and see whether they are politically sensitive or not, and if they are politically sensitive, Democrat or Republican sensitivity. All right, let's do that. So how are we going to do it? We're going to go to the Yahoo Finance. You can go to Google Finance or Bloomberg or anything, Yahoo Finance, to get monthly data about Wells Fargo. So here there's something called a quote. Just do Wells Fargo, so WFC. And then ask for historical data, and then ask to have it monthly. And then say, I want this to be from January 1st to 1981, and that's what when Reagan started till present, done. So it's monthly, January 81 till present, and apply. So apply works. Now download data, and now you got an Excel here. We're gonna open it. So we're gonna focus on the close date. Keep in your mind, this is November 1st, 2016, and this is October. What we need to start, we need to sort that. So we're gonna go data, sort, and please give me the date. And okay, now we have January 2nd, 81, adjusted close, volume, close, low, high, open. So now you can use the close here or adjusted close, whatever of your interest. So what we're gonna do is Wells Fargo return at time t. That means the date. So the return, usually the formula for the return equal, open parenthesis, pt plus 1 minus pt, close the parenthesis, divided by pt. So the close, that's the price pt, and this is pt plus 1. So the return in January, of month of January, will be equal to, open parenthesis, pt plus 1 minus pt, close the divided by pt, and that's a return on that month. Double click, done. You got it. What you have to do now, so January return is, this is February return will be that. So what you have to do is choose, select those numbers. I don't need the last one. Copy, and we're gonna go back to the original Excel, this one. Here, it's important to do values. So you get the numbers, not the formula. Otherwise, you get something wrong here. Now look at the return here versus the return here. The return here is 0.043, which is 4.3%. Here it's not 4. It's 5%. So you have to make sure that you either go with this 5% or you go with 0.043. You either multiply that by 100 or divide that by 100. I'm gonna use this numbers actually, divided by 100 here. Now I'm gonna do Wells Fargo minus RF, and that's gonna be equal to this minus RF by 100. Again, keep in your mind, and double click here. Keep in your mind, this is a percentage. This should be equal to this divided by 100. To make apples with apples and oranges with oranges, you have to make sure this number is 0.043. This number has to be like it, not the percentage. Or you turn this to percentage, but you cannot use, I mean, you can use percentage, but it doesn't make sense. You have to, it's better to use it this way. Or the alternative way is just multiply by 100 and then this minus that. All right, let's go with that. We got, this is a key variable for us. This is the y is gonna be our y. Now we're gonna create our x's. The first x is that, which is market return, RM minus RF, and this is gonna be equal to this number divided by 100. And again, we're gonna double click. And the third F is the D. So we're gonna call this D here. We're gonna put it here. And it's gonna be equal to that. And now this is will be our third variable. So this is will be our Y. Which is company access return. Company, this is, in this case, Wells Fargo access return. And when we say access return means Wells Fargo return minus RF. Good. This is exactly this one. And this is exactly this one. This is political sensitivity variable, political variable. Okay, so we got that. This is, as we said, market risk premium, which is equal to market return minus risk-free. We're done. Now we gotta do the analysis. This is the first step we've done, which is collecting the data. The second step is the analysis. How to do it? First, you need to get regression in Excel. How to do the regression? You should see something here called data analysis to the right hand of the frame. If you didn't see it, you go to files, options, add-ins, go, and you need to click on an analysis tool pack and analysis tool pack VPA, do okay, and then something is gonna pop up in the right screen called data analysis. You click on it, you click on data analysis, and click on data analysis and choose something called regression. Do okay, and then select here input your Y range. Select the Y variable, which is our Y is the political sensitivity of Wells Fargo. And that's going to be, look, I'm going to add also the word Wells Fargo. And that will be our Y. I didn't need this information here. And our X's, will be this and that. And then they ask you, do you have labels? Yes, because when we did the x's, we choose the first this and that. Constant is 0. Do you want to have a constant or not? Let's try both. But for now, let's start with the constant equals 0. Do OK. Then what you got results here. Let's analyze the results. Let's start with the R square. R square measures or reflects the fitness of the model. And it should be between 0 and 1. When it's 0, that means not fit, perfectly not fit. When it's 1, perfectly fit. Perfectly doesn't fit, and perfectly fits. All right. Usually the R square is between 0 and 1. So in our case, it's near 0 actually. The key things you need to look at this D, how that political sensitivity. This is the key. This is the coefficient that reflect whether Wells Fargo is politically sensitive to Democrat or Republican. When this, let's call it theta, the value of this coefficient, let's call it theta. When theta greater than 0, that means Democrat favor. When theta equals to 0, that means neutral. When theta is less than 0, that means Republican favored. In our case, it's positive. That means Democrat favor. Now you have to read the t-stat here. That's another thing you have to read it. If the t-stat is the closer to 2, the closer the absolute value of t-stat to 2, the more significant is the coefficient. So our t-stat is about 1.4 in absolute value, which is close to 2. So we can infer that Wells Fargo is politically sensitive to Democrat. How much significant? It's significant, but not very significant, but it is significant at 1.4. Good. Now I said let's do the same regression with the constant. So again, I'm gonna go to do the same regression with the constant. Again, you have to go to data analysis. The way to do it, you go file, options, adds in, go, choose this, okay. So you go to data analysis, regression. Now we're gonna do the same. I'm just gonna release this, make it constant, not constant 0, no, leave it. So we have a constant. Look at the results are different here. And the t-stat become to be less significant. Here, t-stat is significant, still positive. The t-stat is significant, the R square is slightly higher. Now there is R square and adjusted R square. You choose this one maybe. The R square you should choose. Number of observation is 429 months. So that's a political sensitivity with the analysis, how to analyze it. To be honest with you, from 1981 till now, it's too long history. Let's do the same analysis, but from Bush and Obama, the last 2 presidents. So we're gonna go again, data analysis, regression, okay. Now instead to take from 81 and on, here, no, I'm gonna go from Bush, which is 2001. Recent data, here. And 2001, here, 2001, that will be my Y. I'm going to check that to be 0, no labels. And then my X is going to be also from 2001. Good. And I'm going to do OK. And I got the new results here. This is the t-stat. This is the t-stat, not very high. And this is the coefficient. Still positive, that means Democrat favor, but the t-stat is lower. So Wells Fargo used to be higher Democratic favor, now less than before, but still Democratic favor. So basically, what we've done here is 3 steps. A, we collect the data, what political sensitivity. You can choose any company. I choose Wells Fargo. The second step is doing the analysis, which we've done here, do the regression and get the result. And then the inference, which are these things. In short, we can infer that Wells Fargo is favored by Democrat, and based on these results, fairly significant. Not very significant, but fairly significant. So if Republican get control, we expect the financial sector, maybe Wells Fargo specific, will have lower return than if should Democrat were in control. Thank you very much, students. I'm gonna post that in Canvas so you can have it also, the Excel file. And if you have a question, please call me, email me, or call my office. Thank you very much.